The story begins in a remote desert where hundreds of people have gathered for a wild outdoor party. The atmosphere is filled with loud music, dancing, and excitement. Among the crowd, we meet John and his young son, Steve, who have traveled there for a special reason. While everyone else is enjoying the celebration, John seems focused on finding someone. At first, everything feels normal, but there is a strange sense that something unexpected is about to happen. Neither John nor the other partygoers realize that this gathering will soon turn into the beginning of a dangerous and unforgettable journey. John is not at the party for fun. He has come there to search for his missing daughter. He believes she may be somewhere among the people gathered in the desert. Carrying only hope, John walks through the crowd, asking questions and looking at every face. His son, Steve, stays close to him, worried but determined to help. Even though the loud music and celebrations continue around them, John refuses to give up. He is ready to do whatever it takes to find his daughter. Little does he know that this search is about to lead him into a terrifying and life-changing adventure. After asking around, John finally learns that his daughter was last seen with a mysterious group that had traveled deep into the desert. Without wasting any time, he and Steve follow the trail, hoping they are getting closer to her. As they leave the crowded party behind, the atmosphere changes completely. The loud music fades away, and the empty desert becomes silent and unsettling. The further they travel, the more dangerous the journey feels. Strange signs begin to appear, making John realize that his daughter's disappearance may be connected to something far more serious than he first imagined. Still, he refuses to turn back, determined to bring her home safely. As John and Steve continue deeper into the desert, they finally reach a small campsite where a few travelers are resting. John shows them a picture of his daughter and asks if anyone has seen her. At first, nobody wants to talk, but after some hesitation, one man reveals that she joined a group heading toward a mysterious destination far beyond the desert. He warns John not to follow them, saying that no one who goes there ever comes back the same. Even after hearing the warning, John refuses to give up. He thanks the travelers, takes Steve with him, and continues the search. The road ahead becomes rough and lonely. The sun is setting, the temperature is dropping, and the silence of the desert makes everything feel even more unsettling. With every step, the tension grows, and it becomes clear that they are getting closer to a place filled with danger and dark secrets. As night falls, John and Steve keep moving forward without stopping. The deeper they travel, the stranger everything becomes. They notice abandoned vehicles, scattered belongings, and signs that other people passed through the area in a hurry. It looks as if something terrible forced them to leave everything behind. Steve starts feeling scared and asks his father if they should turn back, but John calmly tells him that they are too close to give up now. He promises that they will find his sister no matter what happens. A short time later, they finally catch up with the mysterious group. John quickly searches through the crowd, hoping to see his daughter's face. But instead of finding her, he realizes that the people around him are acting strangely, as if they are hiding a dangerous secret. At that moment, John understands that his search is only beginning, and the real nightmare is about to unfold. John decides to stay with the group because he believes it is the only way to find his daughter. Even though he doesn't fully trust the people around him, he has no other choice. Steve remains close to his father, carefully watching everything happening around them. As they continue their journey, the group heads toward a remote mountain region far away from civilization. The path becomes more difficult with steep cliffs, rocky terrain, and harsh weather. Everyone looks exhausted, but nobody wants to stop. During the trip, John tries to talk to different members of the group, hoping someone will tell him the truth about his daughter. Most of them avoid his questions or give vague answers, making him even more suspicious. It slowly becomes clear that everyone is hiding something. Just when John begins to think he is getting closer to the truth, an unexpected incident changes everything. The group is forced into a desperate fight for survival, and John realizes that finding his daughter will be much harder and far more dangerous than he ever imagined. The group pushes forward into the harsh mountains, leaving the last signs of civilization behind. Food and water become scarce, and the difficult journey starts affecting everyone. Small arguments quickly turn into serious conflicts as fear and exhaustion take over. John refuses to lose hope. Every clue reminds him that his daughter could still be somewhere ahead. He keeps encouraging Steve to stay strong, even though he is worried himself. As they travel deeper into the isolated landscape, they discover signs that something terrible has happened in the area. The cheerful mood from the desert party is now completely gone. Everyone becomes quiet, constantly looking over their shoulders as if they expect danger to appear at any moment. Suddenly, the group faces a shocking situation that forces everyone to run for their lives. In the chaos, people become separated from one another. John's only concern is protecting Steve while continuing the search for his missing daughter. At this point, he realizes that surviving this journey may be just as difficult as finding her, and the adventure takes a much darker turn. In the middle of the confusion, John grabs Steve's hand and tells him not to let go under any circumstances. The group scatters in different directions, with everyone trying to escape the danger. Dust fills the air, making it almost impossible to see where anyone has gone. Once things calm down, John realizes that several people are missing. Fear spreads through the remaining survivors, and they begin blaming each other for what happened. Trust within the group starts to fall apart, and everyone becomes suspicious of one another. Despite the growing panic, John refuses to abandon his mission. He believes every step forward brings him closer to his daughter. Ignoring the arguments around him, he leads Steve deeper into the remote landscape, following the only trail they can find. But as they move ahead, they discover that the path is becoming even more dangerous. The ground is unstable, the cliffs are steep, and one wrong step could be fatal. With no way to turn back, John and Steve continue their desperate search, unaware that an even greater challenge is waiting just ahead. According to plot summaries, after Luis, John, and Esteban, Steve join the group of ravers, the story becomes a dangerous survival journey. Soldiers suddenly shut down the rave because a wider conflict is breaking out. So the group escapes together in their vehicles and heads deeper into the Moroccan desert in the hope of finding Luis's missing daughter. Along the way they share food, fuel, and help each other survive the harsh conditions, slowly becoming close friends. Then comes the heartbreaking moment before Steve's death. The group reaches a steep mountain pass, and one of the vans gets stuck. Everyone works together to free it. While they are celebrating, Luis's own vehicle accidentally starts rolling backward toward the edge of a cliff. Before anyone can stop it, the van crashes into the ravine with Steve inside. Steve and the family's dog both die in the accident, leaving Luis completely devastated and blaming himself. After this, the movie continues with Luis and the remaining group trying to survive the desert while still hoping to find his daughter. But even more deadly events are waiting for them. After Esteban, Steve dies, Luis is completely broken, but he still refuses to give up searching for his daughter. The remaining members of the group stay with him and continue across the desert together. Soon, they try to cope with their grief by gathering together, but tragedy strikes again. One of the group members accidentally steps on a hidden landmine and is killed instantly. Another friend rushes in to help, only to trigger another mine and die as well. The survivors are horrified when they realize the entire area is filled with hidden explosives, making every step a matter of life or death. With only a few people left alive, Luis, Steph, and Josh decide they have no choice but to keep moving. Eventually, they manage to cross the deadly area and reach a railway line. They board a train and escape the desert, but Luis never finds his missing daughter. The film ends on an emotional and ambiguous note, with the survivors carrying the pain of everyone they lost during the journey. After Biguet is killed by a landmine, only Luis, Steph, and Josh remain alive. They realize there is no safe route through the minefield. Both of their vans are destroyed while trying to clear a path, leaving them stranded. Luis then makes a desperate decision. He walks straight across the minefield and somehow reaches a rocky area safely. Steph and Josh hesitate, terrified after seeing Biguet die, but they eventually follow and manage to survive as well. The film suggests that survival comes down to luck rather than skill. In the final scene, The three survivors climb onto an train traveling across the desert. Luis never finds his missing daughter, Mar, and the movie ends without revealing what happened to her. They escape the desert alive, but they are left carrying the grief of everyone they lost along the way, while the wider world is descending into war. That's essentially where the story ends. After Luis, Steph, and Josh climb onto the freight train and leave the desert, the film does not reveal what happened to Luis's missing daughter, March. There is no reunion or final explanation. The ending is intentionally left open, with the survivors carrying the emotional weight of everything they lost during the journey. The movie then ends.